presenting and hand over the word to you, Tara.
All right.
The scene is yours.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon, I should say. I just quickly looked up because I'm sure you're laughing that I'm in a puffy jacket and it is 48 Fahrenheit outside. So that I looked it up, it's 8 Celsius and I'm already cold. And I realize you guys get a lot colder than we do, but I wanted to say first and foremost, thank you for jumping on this conference call. I know this is going to be a bit different. Normally we're showing you guys a PowerPoint, but for those of you who aren't aware, our system went down and I'm scrambling to try and create one. So I promise that once we have access back in, I will send that PowerPoint to Demo and he will share it with you guys. I also want to let you know that we do have application videos that will be available online for not only what we call the neutral pillow, which is your general pillow. It looks like this, but the abduction as well as the ER/IR application. So all of that will be available to you online when we go ahead and launch this product. So as Demo said, please go ahead and ask questions. I want to make this very interactive. As much as I like to hear myself speak, I really don't. And I'm better at presenting when I hear what you guys are looking for. So it's just easier for me to go through some of the nuances and the features and the benefits of the products, knowing how you guys either fit products or what you're seeing in the field with your patients. So please make sure that you're raising your hands on the top of the screen. So, and if you need me to slow down because I speak in Californian, which I hear is quite fast, please let me know. Or if I'm using a slang that doesn't make sense, please let me know. So first and foremost, I want to let you know why we're doing what we're doing with the UltraSling Pro. What's the business rationale for DJO to create another UltraSling? Because at this point, I think we'll be up to the 5 UltraSlings. Is that correct, Emo? So the reason that we are doing this is we're actually looking to streamline our product offering. Okay, so currently we have the UltraSling 1, the UltraSling 2, the UltraSling 3, the UltraSling 4. Add in the Pro, and that will be 5. So the goal for us is actually to phase out one of our products, which is the 4, because this will be very much in alignment with that product. And that, for as we look at it as a business decision, just helps us streamline production. But also because we have a better product coming out, we want to start to eliminate the ones that either are slower movers or things that are maybe not as relevant with what's going on in the world of medicine today. Because again, the reason we create new products is because we hear from you, oh, it would be great if you could make an improvement on this product. And when we do that, then there's no reason to have the old product, because again, we've made a better product, not only for you as clinicians, but for your patients as well. So that's the reason why we've created the UltraSling Pro. And in order to look at what we're trying to do, I'm going to go through some of the key features of why we went where we did with the UltraSling Pro. Hopefully we have buy-in from not only this team, but obviously everybody around the world. And I do want to, you can't see it with my glasses on, but I'm going to wink, wink, because Demo and team, you guys always provide feedback. You're the #1 global team that provides feedback, and I give you guys kudos for that. A lot of the things that we do to improve our products is because the Nordic team tells us what they're looking for, and when you guys tell us, we do it. Whereas other countries, I think, are a little behind the 8 ball on that one. One day they may figure it out. So until then, ride the wave. So for the UltraSling Pro, what we did to make improvements was, one of the things that we heard was it would be great if we could eliminate all the sizes. So we have so many SKUs within the product family. We have small, medium, large, extra large, okay?
Tara,
Depending on, yeah.
So sorry for interrupting. Just to make sure everybody understands the SKUs. Yep. So yeah, just some more words on that, so everybody are aligned.
The part numbers. So thank you. Like I said, the sling. Part numbers. So when you look at your Ultra Sling part numbers currently, you'll see that each one has a number depending on the size. Okay. Some of you may have 4, some may have 5. Again, it just depends on what your current product offering is or what you need for your patients. It's nice to have that, but it's not a need to have that, in the sense of what we've heard is it would be great to reduce the amount of inventory you have on your shelves to accommodate for a variety of patients versus one individual patient. Mostly because we're losing money that way, or it gets lost, it's inventory. Again, I realize shelves get filled with a lot of product, all DonJoy, but get filled with a lot of product. And we need to make sure that we have room for all the products that are coming out. So one of the key things is that you will see that this product actually only has one SKU, one part number. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we were able to do that with the sling itself. The second concern we hear is that when a patient is in, and correct me if I'm wrong, we call it OR, is that same? So yeah, operation, the OR. So when a clinician's trying to apply this to a patient, because of the wires that will be going over the healthy shoulder to monitor the patient's health during surgery, it's extremely hard to put a shoulder strap on because the wires get in the way at the time. Also, because a patient is asleep on the table, trying to lift them up to apply various straps around the shoulder can be very cumbersome. So we came up with a very cool and unique design that is very easy, not only for the clinician to apply, but for the patient to reapply. And it looks very similar to a backpack strap, okay? It's very low profile and patients don't have to adjust it once it is applied by the clinician, which is a key thing, because a lot of times when we were listening to patients, it would rub against their neck and become uncomfortable. So they would adjust straps, whether it was on, underneath the armpit. They would want to be able to adjust anything that went across their chest. A lot of women wanted the ability to do that. So again, the unique strap system that is found on this brace is one of the other key features that when we went and tried these, not only on clinicians, but on patients, that came back with really good feedback, okay? The third thing that came up was the ability for you to remove the pillow. So some clinicians actually prefer not to have the pillow attached to the brace. They prefer just having a sling, a shoulder immobilizer that goes around the waist at time of application. Some clinicians, their protocol is to become a modular design, meaning the patient starts with the pillow and then reduces and removes the pillow to come to a complete shoulder immobilizer. And that's the progression of improvement for that patient. So with this brace, you will be able to do that. You will be able to remove the pillow and attach and adhere the waist strap to the sling itself. Again, giving you a step down option if that is what you need for your protocol. So I'm going to stop there real quick, Demo. Did I answer? Hopefully, you know, those are some of the 3 things that you guys are consistently hearing that you would like to see improvements. Is there one that maybe I didn't touch on at this time that you think would be good for what you're doing in your clinic?
I think the points you're covering now resonates very well with our market and the demands and the feedback that we received with our previous UltraSling models. I think at this time you could probably just continue, and then we'll kind of we'll save it for the Q&A later. Okay. So again, for the participants, just feel free to write the questions in the chat throughout the session, and then we'll just cover it at the Q&A.
All right, so with no further ado, I'm going to show you the product, and I kind of played with it this morning. So the best way, let's see. So it looks just like any other shoulder immobilizer, okay? So it still has the black look, but what you're going to notice on the difference of this product, and it's going to be very, very hard to see on the screen, is that we actually have a very cool new improved mesh design that is a bit more breathable than the current product. It's nice and smooth. So I'm going to awkwardly take this off so that you guys can see. When I talked about, let's see how we're going to do this the best way. When I talked about how the design was universal in the sense of sizing, I'm going to show you that really quickly. Okay, so here's the shoulder sling just as itself, okay? And you'll notice that on the sling right here, there's a crease. What's nice about that is all you would simply do if you had a patient that needed a smaller sling is you open the brace up and you curve it in. I don't know if you saw that very well, but now you can see that the sling itself is shorter, okay? If you need to make it longer, again, you just open it up. So hopefully that showed pretty well on the screen. I will tell you this, well, 2 things. One, it will be shipped in a large, extra large configuration. And so what we're doing is we're sizing from the elbow up to about mid of your pinky right here. So the base of your pinky, we want to capture that. And majority of patients actually fit more comfortably, and we ask them in the large configuration. So I would consider myself medium. Technically, for purposes, I would say small, but I would say medium. And I actually, I did have them turn it in, and I felt more comfortable. That's because, one, I don't have an injured arm and I like the use of my wrist, but I fit more appropriately in the size large, okay? And the sizing, the next question that individuals will come up with is, where did you get the size of the arm sling? It is based off the same sizing as the UltraSling 4, okay? So if you have a small and an UltraSling 4, you're going to rotate this in. If you have a small and an UltraSling, medium and an UltraSling 4, you're going to size this in, okay? If you're in a patient that's a large in the UltraSling 4, then you would keep it extended, and then the same thing with the extra large, okay? What was going to say about that? Again, most patients fit in the large, extra large configuration. And as I said, that is how it will be shipped. You can make the adjustment to the small, medium if needed when you see the patient. The same strapping mechanism that you see with all the other products. So this forearm strap, as well as the strap that goes between the thumb, that is still available and accessible on this product, okay? So right now, the only difference that you UltraSling 4 to this is we changed the material and then obviously changed the configuration to a universal, well, semi-universal sizing, Okay. Now, the next thing that we talked about was the shoulder strap. This is the new shoulder strap, okay? It's a cylinder. What's nice about it is, again, when a patient's in the OR, if you remember on the UltraSling 4, you had all these straps and they were very, very, cumbersome to put on, or a little bit of complication. This one, all you do is close it to make it a cylinder. That's it. And so if I'm in OR and I'm laying down, so we'll pretend that I'm in beach chair, and so my arm's here, all this is doing is goes behind the patient. And then what they can do, and this is hard, Demo and I were talking about this, since I don't have anyone to put this on, all they would have to do is wrap this, and again, I'm sorry because I'm doing it on myself, but all they would have to do is wrap that circle around the patient's arm, just like this, okay? You see how it's a backpack. And again, it's very hard on just doing it on myself. If I had somebody here, I would show you how easy it is, but it's very simple. And then again, if the patient is still in supine or in beach chair, there's 2 quick release buckles that you would apply this to the patient, and that's it, okay? That's how simple it is to apply to the patient. Mind you, these quick release buckles are the same buckles that you have on the UltraSling 4. Some questions come up, why are there 2 versus 1? The reason there are 2 is because you have a right and you have a left arm. Some clinicians, what they like to do is, stand up, is that when a patient's wearing the brace, okay, if they allow for the patient to drop out of the brace, they have them open up one of the quick release buckles so that they can drop, but it's still attached to the brace, okay? And then they would be able to re-adhere the quick release buckle and then go on their day. So they normally just use that as a way of a form of exercise if the protocol calls for it. Does that make sense? So again, if you have your protocol, you would have for a patient to drop out, they would just release one of the quick release buckles, take their arm out of the brace, go ahead and do their exercises. Again, because of the second quick release buckle, it's less cumbersome and complicated for a patient to put back on. They sit here, re-adhere the brace, re-adhere the quick release buckle, just like so, and they're off and running. So that's why we have 2 quick release buckles. The same would be for the left side. Okay? Any questions thus far?
No questions at the moment.
Okay, good. All right, so let me take this off. Okay, so the pillow. So the pillow, again, so what I talked about with the pillow, it's the same pillow as the UltraSling 4, okay? So that means it's the same design, same neutral design. The slender part of it will always go back to your patients. And again, it has a quick release buckle on it, so easier for the patients to apply. However, something we found out and that we were kind of playing with was the ability for a patient to apply it by Velcro. So some patients have dexterity issues and the quick release buckle is really hard for them to push on. So now, let me take the ball off. You have the ability to apply the brace, the waist belt, by a piece of Velcro. So if that works better for your patient, all they have to do is there's a tab here. They just remove the waist belt and re-adhere it onto the pillow if they prefer that way. Okay, so for example, again, I'm going to use it by the Velcro. All they would have to do is situate the pillow and adhere it by the Velcro if that's how they prefer. Or they can apply it by the quick release buckle. Okay. So how this is applied is, again, depending on, and I am very, I apply it because I know you guys are super users. So you may have a different way of applying it to a patient that works for you, okay? And so I'm not going to tell you how to apply it. I'm just going to simply say, this is what we do. So again, you want to make sure that the pillow is situated on the patient. I remove these right now. You can leave them on the brace if you prefer. They're just the extra straps. Make sure that you attach the brace to the side of the pillow. Remember that the narrow end of the pillow goes, to the back of the brace. We want to make sure that the patient has their arm in the brace. So situate it. And again, I realize I'm doing this and I have two arms and most of our patients don't. They're going to go ahead and slip their arm into the ring. I'll sit back down so you can see this better. And then they're going to clip their clip the brace into place. Okay, extremely easy. So extremely easy to do. And then that's it. So that's the brace. So you can see that's the back of it. And they have the telescoping. I'm going to take my arm out for a second because I want to show you guys something else. On this brace, remember how I was telling you about the ability for the patient to go ahead and make adjustments if they want to, especially for women who prefer not to have straps across their chest area. This allows you, not only does it swivel, but it also allows for you to go ahead and adjust. So let's do this. So if I want the brace is here. If I want it situated higher, if I want the strap situated lower, I can go ahead and make that adjustment to apply the strap where is most comfortable for me as the patient. And again, once you do that, they don't ever have to touch it again. One of the other questions that I get is okay, so the ring looks like it fits nicely on you. If I have a patient who is smaller, who is bigger, than you are. What's nice about this is, again, it's the same material as all the other products. So you can go ahead and trim it. And inside is another removable Velcro piece that you can go ahead and adjust once you trim the ring to fit the patient circumference that you're looking for. Okay, so they can make that adjustment. And you're right, yes, I've made this so it fits me perfectly. So I kind of cheated. The next comment is, how do you apply the brace so that, again, it's not, you remove the pillow. So let's go ahead and do that so you guys can see how easy that is. Okay, so remember how I told you that there's Velcro on the pillow? So all you're going to simply do is remove where the Velcro is. Take the pillow away, adhere the pillow. So this is where the elbow would be situated. There's loop on the brace. You're going to go ahead, adhere that. And then again, to the front of the brace. Now, this is where, I just realized, sorry, you guys. I left the quick release buckle. This is where I will leave it up to you guys regarding preference. The preference is whether or not you would like to adhere the Velcro inside the brace or the outside. So what I'm talking about is some clinicians on the inside of the brace would just adhere the strap to the inside of the brace, just like this, okay, on Velcro. Some preferred, if you look on the inside right here, would, try to make sure you guys can see it, go ahead and adhere it to the inside just like that. So where the mouth is on the brace, and they would adhere it there to allow for that width, for that waist strap to go around the patient. So you guys will be able to fiddle with that a bit and determine which area fits best for your clients, for your patients, or what you prefer is the most immobilization for your patient. So those are the three things I went through real quick. I talked to you about the inventory. So the reduction by folding in the brace, now you only have one part number versus multiple part numbers. We talked about the shoulder ring and the adjustment of it and how easy it is to apply, as well as make those adjustments on the straps to accommodate for the patient. And I do want to let you know that same adjustment I showed you on the front of the brace occurs on the back of the brace as well. So you can adjust two different sizes, areas of the strap to accommodate for your patient. And then lastly, I showed you how you can take off the pillow so that you can just create a shoulder immobilizer off the pillow as well. So I will stop there. I know it's hard for you to see me putting it on myself. It's probably not ideal. I was hoping our security guard would be walking around and I could put it on him. But hopefully that gave you kind of a very quick understanding of what the brace looks like in application.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tara, for a great presentation. And I think being able to do it yourself proves that it is an easy brace to apply, right?
Correct.
And we do know that a few patients they do live by their own and need to be able to don it and doff it themselves. So thanks again. And I think all these adjustments are just really impressive in one single product. So yeah. So with that said, I think we're opening up for Q&As. Feel free to write in the chat. So I'll just give the participants just a few seconds here to start typing. And I think during that time, I could probably just start off with one question that we heard from the market. So we received samples to be able to go out to the market and hear the market out. So we did a small VOC here, and questions came up regarding the pillow. Will it always be included? So this the standard pillow, will that always be included in the product when ordering? Yes.
So the question is yes. Domestically, there has been a request not to have a pillow included. What we're trying to do, when I was talking to you guys about the business module, is that majority of patients or majority of clinicians still believe in the pillow. Okay. The states are a little bit different. Our pillow is already built in. We eat a little bit more, so our BMI is a bit higher. So some clinicians prefer not to have the pillow. If that's the case, what we would like to do is have a more economy basic line that would just be a sling, nothing extraordinary like this. So when I say basic, like it goes across your shoulder and it adheres to the side of the brace, and there's no key features around it, because again, if you're looking for those types of patients, they're not going to wear it anyway too long. So that would be more basic on the economy version, and then we'll have our middle version that has more of it's going to be the sized, because there's still going to be individuals who want that option. And then obviously this is our premium product. We really do believe in it. Gotten great feedback, you know, from various markets that really like that you can streamline the product SKUs, the ability with the ring, obviously, that really does allow this one to be a very premium product for us. And we like it, so.
So, and another question that we received from the market was again regarding pillows. Will it be able for clinicians to choose an abducted pillow, an external rotated pillow, etc.?
Yeah, so we are going to keep, my understanding is that everyone likes the UltraSling 4 abduction pillow and the UltraSling 4 ERIR. So those are different than the other versions because they're universal. So yes, you will have the 15-degree ERIR, the 30-degree EIR. That's too hard to say this early in the morning. And then the AB pillow, correct.
Great. Great. So a question in the chat regarding the weight. Is the weight of the DonJoy Pro lower than the 4?
That's a great question. I would say they're about even. There's nothing that's on there that makes it any more. I mean, all the material's pretty dang lightweight, but let me get back to you on that. I'll weigh a 4 versus UltraSling Pro. I honestly do not feel a difference. Obviously there's no rigid components in here. So if there is anything, it's going to be very, very minimal, but no.
Yeah. So another question here in the chat regarding washing instructions. Could you wash it in the? Could you wash it in the machine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a majority, depending on what it is, as long as you remove anything that's of a rigid stay of some sort, you should be able to always wash material on a, I think they call it the hand wash cycle on your washing machine. Just making sure it's hand wash or gentle. I don't even really use my normal cycle here in the States for anything just because of wear and tear. But yes, you would be able to do it. Now the pillow is different. The pillow has foam in it, okay? So if you had a patient that wanted to do the pillow, I would tell you spot treat it if there's an area that, you know, is of concern, especially with what we're dealing with right now. I would tell you just to get the spray and do an antibacterial spray on it. This one is supposed to have antibacterial material on the inside, but I will confirm with you guys on that just to make sure. Yeah. But a lot of our products have that antimicrobial already built in. So.
And I think in these times, these type of questions are critical to be able to answer as well. Yeah, perfect. So I'll just continue with another question from the market regarding like the fitting. Would you recommend that prior or after surgery, and pros and cons regarding that?
Yeah. So we are trying to train the teams to do prior, so before surgery. And the reason why is, one, your patient is lucid. So your patient's awake, they understand, you can start to give them instructions and they get it. Because you even mentioned it, that a lot of patients go home and they don't have anybody around them. So there's two ways of seeing that as a positive. One, you're applying their straps, and so they're situated correctly, okay? And then two, you can talk to your patient, and if they have any questions, just as you said, can you wash it? You know, if this, I don't like this feeling, okay, let's make that adjustment now. And then you just, it's going to come in the handled bag. Just then put the already sized brace back into the bag. And then when they're in OR, the clinician can take it out and it's already sized to them. Now, when we sat in OR, some of the clinicians had done it pre-surgery, and then the other ones did not. I would tell you, and the funny thing is, some of the clinicians, when they were sized preoperatively, would go in and adjust the straps because they were so used to it that they weren't informed that the patient was already fitted. So it was something that if you decide to do preoperatively, make sure that the clinicians in the OR, if they are different, are aware that you've already fitted the patient. So you don't have to make any straps. And by the way, if you do that, your OR clinicians will tell you you walk on water. It makes their life so much easier. So once we told them that they didn't have to make adjustments, they were like, oh my God, one less thing for us to do. And it just made their day. So if you can do it preoperatively, I recommend it. If you can't do it, that's fine. You can still make the adjustments afterwards with the patients. But we're finding out, and we're doing studies on it, just regular non-clinical studies. We're just doing it with our own understanding that patients feel as though the brace fits better when it's preoperatively done, that they have less questions and less complaints afterwards. So just something for you guys to think about as you move down and start playing with this product. And that would be any product preoperatively. I would tell you guys, if you have a patient going into OR, it doesn't matter what product, try your best if you can, if your protocol accounts for it, to try and fit them prior to surgery.
Good points. Yeah, and good points about the communication as well, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're reaching the end of the session here. I think it's been a really good presentation, clear. You've touched all the critical points here, and I think I can speak for everybody that we're excited to be able to launch this product.
Yep.
We haven't received the question here in the chat, but you also know when we can launch it here in Europe.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I predict January. Okay, so for right now, we are trying to just get inventory built. And I want it built consistently. So I just want to make sure that we have enough inventory for everybody consistently. So, and I think with all the holidays, we have so many holidays at the end of the year, and hopefully they'll be good this year. In the States, we obviously have Thanksgiving, and then we've got Christmas. So our facility or manufacturing is still in Mexico, and Mexico does take a little more time off. They're the opposite of the European vacation, which is all of August. They're kind of more all of December. So we're trying to get everything built. So my best estimate is January. So, but as always, I try to get you guys your samples ahead of time. So if there's more that you need, just let me know. Definitely want you guys to start playing with the product and getting comfortable with it. Again, the biggest things for you guys just to understand is to make sure that you're very comfortable with the application of the ring. So just make sure if you have somebody at your house, you know, a significant other, your child, which is what I do with Vivian all the time with Boo, apply it to them just so you can understand like how cool is this design. On the PowerPoint presentation, what I do is I show you what the 4 looks like. And if you remember, the 4 has one strap, and then it's got a buckle, and then another strap that goes underneath, which also has a buckle. And patients were complaining about the buckles against that skin. This is all soft goods, so it's very, like I said, very easy for them to apply. So I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. I know some of them have already tested it in the field. By the way, for those who tested it in the field before that, the waist strap was just a Velcro. We added this back onto the waist strap. So there were some concerns. Again, we accommodated for that feedback that we received from the field. So if you have an older version, just know that the waist belt does come with a quick release buckle on it.
Great.
All right.
So Tara, thanks a lot. And for all the participants, this recording will be sent out to you to be able to review it later and share it with your colleagues. So with that said, Tara, thanks for everybody joining, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks. for our next module. Thanks, Tara.
Bye, you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.